Shiva is known as the spiritual philanthropist, a pioneer in almost everything he does. Highly intuitive and compassionate. Facebook and other social media platforms will offer you to download your information from your brain and upload a copy of you. The moment we transition mentally from expressing ourselves, emotionally through the use of cameras, technology, is when they were able to invade our system. They learned from us how to be like us. Faith is the firewall of the soul. It is my belief that there are much more advanced beings that exist, and there are malevolent and benevolent beings. We have to know how to protect ourselves from malevolent entities or dimensional beings. Yes, prayer and mantra both are similar, and work without faith are useless. Faith is not something that can be taught or learned, it is just accepted from intrinsic knowledge. Once your faith is destroyed or suppressed, then you are vulnerable to malevolent entities of dimensional beings. Quote by TSPRavshiva. Memories can invade our perception of reality through emotional recall, sort of the epigenome of DNA. Real-time karma still doesn't prove that you or anyone else can do anything to help anyone else. That is really a great attribute of spirituality. Just think about self and forget the rest of the world. Sounds more capitalistic in essence, to me. We went from Quran to quarantine. Quote by TSPRavshiva. Your body needs oxygen to live, and prana comes from air, and air/atmosphere can contain and be conducive to electricity. If oxygen is in our bodies and transmutates into other forms of energy, then our bodies are truly energetic fields, a part of the ecosystem. Mantra induces a specific type of pranayamic flow, so does asana. It makes sense that we would start from physical to spiritual. If there is a path to enlightenment, then there is a place even harder to reach, because becoming enlightened is one thing but staying enlightened is another. Quote by TSPRavshiva. Maybe the reason they cannot create an algorithm for quantum computing that predicts where an electron will appear is because the algorithm will have to be the code that transcends time and space. Quote by TSPRavshiva. It just came to me. I saw the essence of the numbers and began to understand that numbers are abstract but can also represent our so-called physical reality. Our ability to understand the abstract form of numbers, meaning ideas or concepts, is in superposition with our physical reality. Our minds being the point of singularity between physical and metaphysical. Quote by TSPRavshiva. They are training us how to think and react in accordance with the ideology of the time. Apparently AI is trying to experience the world like humans do, and humans want to experience the world as AI does. Observer effect, being able to only focus on one thing at a time subjectively, cancelling out all other potential realities. How can karma be nullified? In Hinduism and Buddhism, the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. Karma needs time as a conductor, and action and reaction as energy. If you can cancel time, the conductor, then karma cannot manifest itself, therefore void to existence. How to be devoid of time and karma is through meditation. Why? Because in a true state of meditation, time does not exist, because you achieve a state of timelessness that is beyond the body and its actions and reactions, and even beyond the mind itself. A sort of supersymmetry, kind of like being at the center of yin and yang as they circumnavigate around you. Quote by TSPRavshiva. The personality and emotions are truly important manifestations of self or divine force, and should have more impact on us than the body. It is not the body we remember, but the emotions we shared together. Quote by TSPRavshiva. The mind is the perceiver but needs to focus through the lens of the third eye. Learning to focus the mind through that lens is like meditation. Using the entire array of senses. A lot like the Hubble telescope that uses many lenses and mirrors to refract light, so does the mind source to observe through the third eye. We will see the energetic and dimensional realities. The mind stuff focuses on cyber reality instead of nature/God's reality. In order to really tap into imagination or higher consciousness is to not think about self at all. The aim of media is to keep you from accessing the true fountain of life, and to keep drinking from the artificial waters, losing all concept of self. Quote by TSPRavshiva. The nature of being in a human body. Imagine getting instructions on how to take care of something like your body, as soon as you were in it. Time efficiency among many other great traits. I don't think religion is the key to anything, but maybe the idea or concept of God is in the practice. You know, like physics, if the conditions aren't right for the reaction you want, then no experiment results. Mind has to be tuned, body has to be tuned, and spirit is always tuned in. Mind and body has to tune into the spirit because that is the frequency that we can connect with God. What is spirit? Spirit is that thing that transcends time and space and is the thread to the entire blanket that is made of spirit material. I would say a complete religion or way of life would have to incorporate health, lifestyle, and healthy lifestyle that includes physical as well as mental and spiritual. A sort of synthesis. Quote by TSPRavshiva. Imagine Jesus coming back today and meeting the Christians of today? End of the world scenario comes to mind. You ever wonder what the guy in every doomsday movie who walks around with a sign saying it's the end of the world is going to do when we are in the last days? He's on Facebook now and has a page called It's the End of the World and has 1 million followers. Who would have known there were that many quacks out there? I guess that's the good thing about social media, is that you can kind of get a glimpse into the mind of anyone by their posts. Remember a time when you wanted to know what people were thinking? Well, here we are with the technology that makes that happen, and now we get know what everyone thinks about everything. Some people get banned, become famous, and some never get noticed. Before Facebook, we were holding signs, walking in crowds, trying to express ourselves in public, and everyone thought you were crazy. They were ahead of the times. Fast forward 30 years later, and everyone is doing that now on Facebook. My, how times have changed. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like, share and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications of our latest videos. Remember, the truth is out there.